Worksheet 3 is the geometric. That's the first term times, because it's geometric, r to the n minus 1. And the sum, this is the one where you just have to memorize this thing. 1 minus r to the n over 1 minus r. And there's that extra sum formula, a1 over 1 minus r. That one comes with a kind of a stipulation here, or a condition. When are we allowed to use that formula? If r is less than 1. If r is bigger than 1, you can use it, you'll get an answer, it just won't be the right answer. So that's the infinite sum, but only useful if r is less than 1. Questions from worksheet 3? Oh, number 3. The fourth term of a geometric sequence is 3/8, and the seventh term is 3/64. 3/8 times some number of r's is 3/64. But if we're going from the fourth term to the seventh term, that would be 3 steps. So I'm not worried about the n minus 1 stuff. I'm just thinking about how do I get from the fourth term to the seventh term. That'd be 3 steps away. So r cubed is 1/8. I love it when they rig the problems in our favor here. R is 1/2. What is the first term if a sub n is greater than 0 for all values of n? They didn't really need this statement on this one, because if r cubed can't be plus or minus, r cubed is going to have to be positive 1/2. What is the first term? Okay, well, 3/8 is the fourth term, so that means 3/4 was the third term, 3/2 was the second term, and then 3 was the first term. I kind of did that just sort of counting backwards there, because I know it's multiplying by a half moving forward, dividing by a half going backwards. And heck, while I'm here, to just sort of verify that the fifth, sixth, seventh term is 3/64. That's a little overkill on checking things, but now I feel really good about that answer. Other questions from worksheet 3?
How do you plug it in the formula to find the first term? Instead of just...
Okay, so work number 3 with the formula approach?
Yeah, find the first term.
So let's see, the fourth term, so a4, so 3/8 is, I don't know a1, I don't know r, so there's my n minus 1 for the fourth term. My seventh term, 3/64, is the first term times r to the sixth. You good with that? Now, if I divide this one by this one, 3/8 a1 r cubed, the a1's cancel out, and 3/64 divided by 3/8, that would be 1/8. So there's 1/8 equals r cubed. R equals 1/2. And then I can go back to one of these to figure out what r is. I mean what a1 is, because I now know that r is 1/2. So 3/8 equals a1 times 1/8. So a1 equals 3. So that's sort of the formula method of doing it, using our formulas for what term we're on. You end up with a system of equations, and you get there. I just think the step method is easier, but it's not the only way to go. So I'm glad you asked that, because that's another way to work that problem. Other questions from worksheet 3? No sum formulas or infinite sum formulas? What's that? Number 5. Minus sum. Okay. So the sum formula is a1, 1 minus r to the n, over 1 minus r. So I need all those pieces. A1, be careful about A1, right? It's not necessarily A1, it's the first term. So 2 squared is 4, times 5 is 20. How many terms are there from 3 to 11? We're going from 3 to 11, 9 terms. Right? 11 minus 3 is 8, but that throws out the 3. We want to include the 3, so 9 terms. And then r is 2. So let's plug in all the pieces now. 20, 1 minus 2 to the 9th, lovely, over 1 minus 2. 2 to the 9th. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512. So 20 times 511. Let's see. Well, let's just double 511 and we get 1022 and stick a 0 on the end of it.
Would we get a calculator on the quiz for questions like that?
No, I think it's no calculator. So we're going to force you to do some of the old multiplying out by hand stuff. That's right. It's not a negative because this is negative, but there's also a negative in the bottom. Also, if you listed out some of the terms, you could get a feel if your answer is right. So the first term was 20. Our common ratio is 2. So 20, 40, 80, 160, and so on. So yeah, that's going to be a positive answer, a big positive answer. And I guess if you had extra time, you could write out all 11 terms and then add them up. You know. You really want to check your answer and make sure you got it right.
I think I'd rather just get it wrong at that point.
Well, I mean, what's a point worth to you?
A lot. 35 cents.
I was going to say, to Jacob, a point's worth 7 cents. I don't know what that translates to in minutes. But yeah, there are ways to check most of these. And every year there's 1 or 2 students per class who will check some really crazy ones. Like they'll write out, I mean, because this isn't impossible. See, am I there yet? 1, 2, wait. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I only need one more. So if I add all of those terms up, I should get that.
If you were spending more than 7 cents per point on test, Mr. Wolf, that's what it's worth, 7 cents.
That's what you think it's worth.
How much do you think it's worth? Give me a value.
Again, we got to be in the mid 6 figures if you're looking to buy something here.
Mid 6 figures?
Because I'm going to get fired and I have to support my family. So, like, I mean,
They're not going to get fired.
if I've got 20 years left of working,
Did it all the time with
Pay
their
the-
stupid
have them pay the
apples
bribe and
being
take
worth
them in
5
the jail.
bonus.
Wait a minute, I
So-
have
$5 was a way of like paying to win for grade. It was like $5 for 5.
No, well, I'm not
No,
gonna
you
lie.
literally brought in paper towels. They were so desperate.